Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Robocop 3, Robocop versus Otomo from Hiya Toys. Stick around and we'll get to it.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Okay guys, so here is the Robocop in the package, and you can see here it's in like a double blister, a box with a giant window and a regular sort of carded package inside that box. So in some ways it is collector friendly, but in most ways it's not, because if you want to get that figure out, you're going to have to rip it open. So that's what we're going to do. I do not keep these mint on card anyways. It is always nice to get that collector friendly packaging to put it back, but it's not a deal breaker for this. So let's pop it open and take a look at it. All right, so there is the back of the box, and inside was the carded Robocop and Otomo. So this is actually quite nice cardstock. It's quite strong, quite sturdy. It feels actually pretty heavy for 1/18 scale figures. I do have a couple other Robocops. Hopefully I can bring those out to show you. But really the star of this package is the Otomo, the robot sort of ninja. I don't recall this movie very well. I mostly only remember the first Robocop movie and the sort of the reboot newer one, but I believe he's like a robot ninja. I might be wrong on that though, but he's really the star of the pack, because you can get a Robocop, different versions of him from Hiya Toys, in different variations, but this is the only way so far to get the Otomo. So let's take a look at the back of this card. You can see they've got some nice pictures there of the figures posed. Hopefully he's quite posable, the Otomo. The Robocop is, you kind of get what he is because he's a robot. He can't, you're not going to get Jean-Claude Van Damme out of him, just like in the movie you couldn't. But he's still a nice figure. But let's get these guys open and see what's going on. Okay, so I just want to show you guys, when I popped them off of the blister there was a really cool image behind them, and so I just wanted to show that to you. It was kind of hard to make it out with the bubble on the package still, but it looks pretty good. In the back of the blister was a couple of stands with the attachment pieces that you normally get with Hiya Toys, so that was nice. And there was a couple accessories, a couple extra hands, and a sword. And I did not notice that the Robocop does come with the like alternative machine gun kind of hand and the knife hand, but you can switch those out for the normal hands and the pistol. Otomo also comes with a couple extra hands and his katana sword, and he does have a sheath there that hangs over his shoulder, that is also removable, and you can put the sword in there. It's a little hard to see there. I do need to warm him up though. The Robocop feels, he's quite easy to move around, but the Otomo, his knees and elbows feel a bit stiff. So I'm going to take this offline for a minute and heat him up just to make sure I don't break him. Hiya Toys, especially the first wave of Predator, no, I'm sorry, the first wave of Alien Marines, I did have a few of their legs snap on me. The quality's gotten much better since those days, but just to make sure, I'm going to heat him up offline, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got him all warmed up now, and he is good to go. I did notice now that I missed earlier, his jacket is removable, and sometimes, when you remove these jackets, it doesn't look well because of the sleeves, but in this case, because of the design and the color, I think it does work if you take that off. I'll try to do that here for you in a second. It does look pretty good. You can see the detail on his face there. This guy's really nice. I was having a little bit of trouble with those elbows. You can see them there. That's about as far as they bend because they are single jointed, and so is the knees. They're also single jointed, so you don't get a lot of move. That, in fact, that's about as much as you get right there on those elbows. Still, it's about enough, I think. He does have a hinged ankle. He's got nice ball jointed hips. So overall, he's still, quite movable. But those elbows they're a little fragile. You can see the pin there. I don't know if I can show you in there. The pin's a little bit fragile, it feels like. So that's about as far as you go. I would recommend heating this guy up. I didn't feel that I needed to heat the Robocop up at all. And I haven't heated up my last couple Hiya Toys figures, my Judge Dreads and the Clegg Mercenary. I did not heat those up and they were just fine, but this guy felt a little more brittle. He felt a little more fragile, so I just wanted to do that just to be safe. He does sport the ball, the drop down hip, like the Clegg Mercenary, so he does got a little drawdown hip there. And he, let's see, right there. You can see that's about as much as you can get out of that knee. It's not bad though. It's still pretty good. I think the sculpt, really makes this guy because he's just so strange. But overall, he is the star of the show here. I am pleasantly surprised with the variation of the Robocop though, because I do have, a few others, and I did get them out. There is no problem standing this guy. In fact, let me put him down here and sort of pose him up for you. But yeah, he stands perfect. The Robocop is the standard Robocop. I think it's the exact same one that I have. What's different about him are these arm and hand attachments. And I think, though, that sort of makes the figure, though, because the other ones that I have, they don't have that. So if you got this 2-pack, you would be pretty good on your Robocops, and you'd get this Otomo guy, and I think that's the way to go. He's got a really nice ball jointed hip. But you can see right out of the package, I had no problem moving this guy, but I was really worried about this one. But this guy, he came out just right. But yeah, he's nice. Quite nice. He does have the rocker ankle, which is always good, but it is attached to his calf there, so you can only get so much out of it because it is attached there. And you don't want to snap it, but it's still quite good. And he is a big, beefy figure. You can see the gun there. And the knife, I quite like this knife here. I guess that's a knife or a dagger. I don't know what you'd call it. That's quite a nice feature. So yeah, overall, this is a really good pack. I got this off of Amazon, off the Hiya Toy store, just like I did the Clegg Mercenary. And they price matched it. But the price match, I think it was about 50 cents. But still, it was a good deal. It arrived early. I think it wasn't due till the end of March, and I got it the last week of February. So it was a few weeks early. You can see the sword here. I put it right into the scabbard. It's quite nice. Sorry, I'm all over the place with the video here. It's got a nice handle, nice shine to it. It's pretty good. This is a very good pack. In fact, I think this is, I like this one a little bit more than some of the other ones that I've got from them. So let me compare this to a couple other Hiya Toys figures that we've got. Okay, and here for a little comparison are two of the other Robocops that I have. This was I believe, a previous exclusive Robocop. He does have the Kick Me painted on him. It appears to be the exact same figure. Different paint job, obviously, different hands with this new one, but it does appear to be the same one. It's a nice figure. Either one is nice, but this 2-pack I think is the way to go because of the hands and getting the other figure, but they're both nice. This is another Robocop that I have. I have the battle damaged version as well. Couldn't find it. It's somewhere with my G.I. Joes. I thought this would be enough to show you guys though. But now we have several different Robocops. I think my only concern or question about these is I do wish, like the Predators, like the Aliens, that they would come in the collector friendly packaging. Both of these, I should mention, came exactly like this 2-pack with the card, the bubble card inside the box, which is really nice for display. But if you do open them, you've got to rip them up, and they're not collector friendly. That would be my only thing I wish Hiya would do. Also, I should point out I did not have to heat these other ones up. For some reason, they were just like this one, were just fine. Only this guy did I have to heat up, and maybe his limbs are just a little thinner or whatnot. But that was the only thing I would recommend, to make sure you do that if you get this pack. So there is a little RoboCop comparison. Let me give a couple more size comparisons with a couple other lines, and then we'll move on. Okay, for a quick size comparison, I've got just a variety of figures here that I think you would probably most match this guy up with if you're posing and photographing and playing with these guys. We've got a Star Wars Vintage Collection Stormtrooper here on the left, Eric K. Acid Rain figure in the middle there. There is a Joy Toy Bo Yang Feng Dark Sources over here, and then just because I liked his colors and I wanted to add some color to this, I threw in a Xandar from G.I. Joe. I can't remember if it's 25th anniversary or not, but that's G.I. Joe Xandar. So you can see they're all right in line. They all match up well, and they all go scale-wise well together. All right, guys, so just a real quick note before we go. Now that I've been playing with these guys for a minute, I've realized that the extra hands for the RoboCop are only for his right hand. So he comes with that knife hand there, an open hand, and then a hand to hold his gun. That machine gun on his left is not removable. So I just want to let you know, I didn't realize that at first. I thought I had an extra hand for each side, but it appears it's only for one. That big black machine gun there is not removable. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my overview and you enjoyed the photos, and I'll catch you next time.